Welcome back to the podcast. Roll the intro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. How I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.
Fuck, I love that track, bro.
Oh, we're finally on.
Copyright that shit.
We're finally on Spotify now, too.
Yeah, so make sure
Everyone-
you listen, subscribe, follow.
If you don't want to watch our ugly faces, we've had 2 weeks off. What's been happening? School holidays for us because we're fathers as well. You went away to Goldie.
Yeah,
How was everyone?
good. It was good to go up there, bro. Good to spend some time with the kids. Good to spend time with because my parents moved up far, flew over from New Zealand. Yeah, so I just really just zoned out for a bit. Got to spend some time with them and sort of dial back a little bit. That being said, yeah, it's good to be back in Sydney.
It's good to catch up with the parents.
Yeah, man.
I haven't caught up with my parents.
For ages, eh?
And I think we're nearly going on 2 to 3 years since all the COVID stuff and you couldn't travel back. So
Are you gonna head back?
yeah, I was looking at October school holidays. I might shoot back for a week, depending, and then go from there, sort of thing. We haven't done a potty in a while.
Oh well,
Feels a bit
rusty.
Yeah, super rusty. So sort of, if this is a shit episode, blame it on just being super rusty.
It happens, but
Yep. So we had 2 weeks off the potty, and just like anything, I think, hey, you take 2 weeks off anything, you come back a bit rusty, but you just got to expect it. The best things to do is just get back straight back into it.
that's it. That was the purpose of today, bro. Like, as soon as I dropped in yesterday, I was just like, all right, I'll see you in the morning. Just straight back into a routine of, seeing you, catching up, doing a training session, then get back and straight into the potty. I think a lot of us spend too much time. Oh fuck, maybe the next day, maybe the day after that, but yeah.
Probably good to touch on like when people always want to wait to the perfect time.
The Monday mentality,
The
bro.
Monday mentality, or when the kids are back at thing, or when this is happening, and then there's no ever going to be a perfect time. And I always try and tell people that it's better to start when you're busy because, you're always going to be busy.
Yeah, that's a good point too, bro. Because I think you're right. Because a lot of people, they think
Back to excuses.
bro. They think in their fucking head that it's gonna be the sun's gonna come out and the rain's gonna stop, but
Yeah, work's going to go away and you can do everything, but you just got to pump through.
it never is, bro. It's never gonna be perfect.
Is
And
that a time management thing?
yeah, I had a good conversation with my dad about that actually, because I was getting a little bit flustered up there just having the kids around, and you saw me. I called you one time and I was like, look at this, bro. I'm FaceTiming you and I'm like, look at my daughter, bro. She's on the bed screaming and crying. And it was because I wasn't prepared, bro. I wasn't prepared to go up there and, set out the days that we're going to do things, have sort of a bit of a time schedule.
Just everything works so much better when you're prepared, eh?
It is, bro.
So is time excuses just being unprepared?
Being unprepared. That's all it was. And that's the back to the point, just time management. If you get to free yourself up if you can, keep to some sort of, I wouldn't say schedule, but just some sort of, plan. That way you can get to enjoy yourself with your family, or at the same time be able to knuckle down and not have that Monday mentality.
And then you can have quality time with your family instead, and just fucking
I think
yelling
you
at
know
each
what,
other.
bro. I think it's like I think about that, and I used to always think it was quantity, how much a lot of time. I was just like, fuck, man, I'm always busy and doing stuff, but it's not, bro. I learned that off you, quality. Spending time with your family. Whatever those times are, you switch your phone off, or you actually spend time with them, not thinking about other things.
Yeah, I'm super bad on my phone. I know that, but try and get better. I've done some bit of boxing with Xavier yesterday. That was cool. I only did 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Done some push-ups and that was cool. Just to, when you do boxing together, you have to, I can't be on my phone doing boxing. So,
fuck, that's a cool thing then.
Yeah, we're just going through a few little combos that I'm a horrible boxing coach. Yeah, went for a few combos and whatever, because I do boxing every Wednesdays, and I was just trying to reteach that.
How does he go?
He's all right. He's good. He enjoys it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
I think
thing.
any boy loves a bit of hitting the pads. Anyone, actually, it's good.
My daughter does. I don't think my son does. Sounds like me. Big softy.
Good. So we had a bit of time off through the holidays. How's training been?
It was a bit chunky up there, bro. Just once again, not an excuse, but I just wasn't planned for it. You know what I mean? I was planning to go up and keep momentum, but it just went off the fucking Richter, bro. I was waking up late, not doing my cold, but everyone knew. Because I was pretty vocal with social for the last couple of weeks. Cold plunges went out the door, all that sort of stuff, and that shit happens.
Did you have a place to cold plunge?
Bro, I had a cold shower there. There was no excuse there, but that's what happens when you're ill prepared.
I've still been doing the cold shower, actually. So I just do 2 minutes instead of 5.
Yeah.
5 just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm just waiting for the time to be over. So I feel like 2 is a good time to do pretty easily and consistently as well at the end of a warm shower.
Yeah. That being said, what's the training focus for you for the next?
I've been pretty good. I'm always consistent Monday to Friday. Now I'm sort of going back through the basics.
Okay.
Through my own mobility program, trying to find what can be better, what can be improved on. So that's a real good focus. And then shoring up of the time excuse for everyone when they tell me, this is taking too long, or then I can really dial into that and either change it. Because I feel like at the moment, I've taken a lot out and it's still been just as good. Which is super important. I feel like people always want more and more and more, but sometimes it's better just to take things out.
Yeah.
Simplify, fuck,
man.
The best programs in the world are so simple. It's crazy. When I look at, they're not overcomplicated. I feel like people who overcomplicate their programs are just trying to, push
that's when it gets too much, bro? Hip flexor focus, bro. Fuck it. Just go hard on the hip flexor every day, 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I did that 14-day
how was that?
challenge. That went good. But I always feel like you just got to have some skin in the game. Free programs are just they're all good for a little taste test, but the consistency of people and probably the percentage, I'd have to go over again, of people results-wise who actually pay compared to a free program, light years apart.
Yeah, huge difference.
Yeah, I always think there's you got to have that skin in the game to actually get results as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, bro.
It's a commitment thing. There was obviously people who'd done it and who were gone, so they can obviously, probably like myself, that can follow things off YouTube, but then most people just can't hold themselves accountable.
That's where you come in.
Yep.
That's me. My focus is just the elbow, bro. Training focus, man. My elbow's still fucked from that game, 8 weeks ago, and it's still playing up. I can't push.
Gotta go see Tommy, bro.
I know, bro. I
think it was a similar. I think as coaches we try and fix ourselves first, and then does it work? Like my Achilles, bro. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and I was like, I just need that little rub and a few needles here just to tick me along a bit more.
That's it.
And then extra accountability too.
It's just that, it's just fuck, I can only keep short range. I can't extend all the way out, and it's fucking pissing me off. Because I like doing our bench sessions, man, and to know that I can't be pushing the same weight as you just gets on my nerves. But at the same time, regress to progress, like we say.
But the best thing about injuries or getting injured as a coach is once you figure out how to fix it, then you can show the next guy.
Exactly, bro. That's the whole point of trying to figure it out for myself now.
Can you push? What did you feel on the bench press when you were training?
Racking off, I always needed your help, and then that start. But as soon as I got to a good bend, it was fine, bro. Just staying real low with the reps, even when I was on the dumbbells, it was pretty easy to move. But once it got warm, blood flow came into it. I could push the range a little bit more. So
is that from footy injury?
Yeah.
Swinging arms,
right?
Swinging arms and grass.
It doesn't work, and I was getting frustrated during that game too, and I think everyone felt it because I got high expectations of myself, and my timing was all off. It was the first game I'd played in a couple of weeks because of the forearm again, and I was just trying to do things that you shouldn't be doing. You should just make the tackle, mate, but not chest. Try to do the old grass cut and ended up fucking myself.
How's the refereeing in those grades?
Putrid. They're the worst, bro. It's like, mate, your decision is... First off, you're making a decision and you're 20 meters away and I'm standing over here. How can you fucking see what's going on, bro?
Yeah,
they can't keep up, bro. They can't keep up. Like this guy, that
Poor guys though, eh? Don't you think? Don't you feel for the ref? They're getting hammered too, like from the sideline.
yeah.
Was the sideline rough too?
On some games, so
Yeah.
that game there's not too bad. But you go out to what was the team we played before that? Well, injured my forearm. Fuck, they were rough, man. Like you sit on the grandstand side with all the locals.
They're just getting pissed too on the sideline.
Get hammered, bro. You get straight hammered. And because we're like our team, the Corker Cougars, we're very multicultural, you know, and the Cronulla comp's very Australian.
Yeah.
You know, I've got nothing against any of that sort of shit, but yeah, it's hard not to notice the difference between teams. And like I experienced it when we were young, bro, playing in the comp over here. You know, if you have a couple darkies in your side, then a couple comments come out.
Did you say you had that Meehan, the boxer, in your team?
Yeah,
Or was it brother?
The little brothers, both
Yeah.
of them.
Did they both play?
The good players too, bro. And they came over from the South comp, so they were playing in the comp that I grew up playing.
Okay. What's their background?
Samoan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Samoan. And they're I wouldn't know actually the whole mix, but yeah, they're just very,
He's
very
a gun boxer too.
the big bro. I've heard some cool stories, man. I've been hanging around those boys a lot, bro, and I enjoy my time spent with them. They're probably listening right now, but yeah, just a real good bunch of dudes, and I've known them since I was coming through the 20s, and you know, seeing the change that they've all had, the whole family's had, is certainly an inspiration to me, you know, and I really fuck with guys like that because they've got stature too, but they can sit down and have a good conversation with us, and they fucking love our stuff, bro. So, shout out to the boys.
Boxing's a good discipline, eh?
It
Don't
is,
you
bro.
think?
It is.
Oh,
And like,
it's hard, bro. I started, 2 months ago? And I videoed myself. I thought I was killing it. And then I looked at the video and I was like, oh, no, I'm horrible.
yeah, it's very.
I thought I was hitting fast and I'm like, was it like slow motion? Like those big bodybuilders that go into boxing and think they can box.
What's the point that you made that time? Like, they train however long for that one moment, and they're training hours and hours and hours, compounding hours over a large period of time, and then for us we're only viewing one fucking fight, which is 12 rounds of how many minutes, but they've been doing years and years and years of work, bro. So yeah, it's a very different game individually, and then compared to a game like footy.
Yeah, just that volume amount of training. I've always thought of doing like combat sports, more just for self-defense or like BJJ or something. And I'm like, I always try and work out the hours of how many hours do I need to actually be good at something. But if I don't know, I get competitive with myself and those things. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do 2 times a week. I have to do 5 times because if you're getting choked out or like, it would just hurt my ego too much. So, you know.
Well, that year when we did wrestling at South, because I'd never experienced it before, and we were just rolling around, and a lot of the guys had the background of just doing wrestling, but a lot of them had done BJJ before, and I was just getting fucked up left, right, and center, bro. I was like, fuck this, man. And then I had to go and individually do sessions by myself away from them to get good at it. And that's just footy, bro. So you can only imagine about the guys that, you know, do it for a living. Fuck, they're doing...
Yeah, and they do 2-hour sessions maybe a day for 6 days a week, probably.
Bro, that's just, there's a different ball game in that, bro.
Yeah, there's a real good Kiwi guy who's one of the top trainers, John Donahue or Donahue. I've got that name, but he's a gun, bro. He's the white guy with the shaved head, if you ever see him, and he just speaks about things so like eloquently, and he just puts things very in simple perspectives.
BJJ or?
Yeah, BJJ. So I don't know. Fuck, his squad is called the Death Squad or something. The Donahue Death Squad.
Death Squad. What a fucking name.
Bro, and he's a weapon, and they just roll the whole day with high level. And then I always keep an eye on some BJJ things. So got a few BJJ guys on the mobility program. They're super disciplined and they get it done easy.
You did that class that I came out with you at the time, and it was interesting to see how flexible some of those guys were.
Yeah,
right,
bro.
eh?
They're pretty good because they have to be in their guard positions. So
you're
holding yourself back if you are and unflexible.
But you made a good point too. Like, you can be flexible in those positions, but are you strong in those positions too? Which is like really where you come come on board, right?
Yeah, sort of try and do that difference between mobility and flexibility is just that strength component.
Yeah.
I think people are a lot surprised by how hard the workouts are.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you go do mobility work.
Yeah.
Even we just went through that 1B today.
It's like, bro, who did this fucking program?
I thought my couch stretches were over. Fine, I could feel that front leg just throbbing. I'm like in the couch. Just like, I remember the days when I was pumping these and just like I was sweating because I was just pushing that so hard.
Yeah, but look, most people aren't pushing themselves that hard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you gotta treat it like that too, bro. And I think a lot of people don't actually understand, but you don't really
Intensity.
Yeah. Like fuck.
But then there's a over like you.
Like me. Going
You go too hard.
Too hard, bro.
Yeah,
Way
I've
too
had
hard.
that problem too, and just because you can stretch so
Well, that's
much.
that's what happened with the pancake. I went way too hard, and then ping, and I was like, and I'm still recovering from it. Even when you were like today, man, we'll jump on the ground. I was like, nah, Bolt, I need to regress to progress, my bro.
Yeah, when I was first going through mobility and trying to smash the pancake, I done my groin.
How long did it take for you to get your pancake? When did you start, and like when did you actually like hit it belly down? You're like, fuck, I'm the man.
Fuck, I don't know. It must have been like 6 months worth. I can't the thing that I figured out was I could do mobility and strength training at the same time. And then once I could tick off like a pancake or whatever standards, we used to go through the real movement standards that Keegs put up, and I was like, yes, that's what I need. So I was always just going, okay, level 3, I want to hit that pancake belly, I want a pike, and I don't know what else he had. But yeah, middle splits, it's like, yeah, when I first started mobility, I was like, what's the hardest thing to do? And middle splits is probably the hardest out of, and probably takes the longest out of everything. So I was like, fuck. So I'm going to go into it.
This is a good question for you. So you've got, all your belts, all your standards. Are you one to hit a level on every standard equally, or do you focus on one standard in specific and everything's maintenance?
Yeah, I was focusing on one and then just maintenance things and then trying to hit them as well. I felt the weight stuff was harder to maintain. So mobility work, once you hit a pancake, you can pretty much do it for the rest of your life, I find.
Mm-hmm.
Same with all the couch stretches and whatnot. So I knew if I just go hard at that, then I'll have more time for other things, chin-ups, bench press, squats. I was doing a lot of handstands as well. That's probably the time consuming. That's a killer. And I always wanted the one arm handstand, and I sort of...
Did you get close to it?
No, I got to just sort of transferring that weight onto one arm and on a couple of fingers, but there's still probably another 1 to 2 years to actually get a proper one. Like the discipline for that movement is just...
Will you go back to it
crazy.
one day, bro?
I think I will. Yeah.
Okay.
I've thought about it. I'm pretty gutted that, because it's so, you got to go backwards 10 steps to restart everything again. I can hit a two-hand handstand for 60 pretty consistently because I was doing that consistently all through my training. So I'd always do 1 hour training in the morning, handstands, every day, bro, like 5-6 times a week, and then do my weights. It's like but it's just built that discipline into me.
Yeah.
And I had a real good coach, which I learned heaps from. Always find those movement guys are way better coaches than a lot of the PT sort of style coming through. They're really like, I don't know, they got the art side of coaching focused compared to the sciencey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they can back it up, bro. Like,
bro,
my handstand coach was a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, he can do one arm handstands, both arms, I don't know, 30, 60 seconds. Like, he's top of his game for one arm handstands, and he was a specialist at that, and he's coached a lot of people to that as well, which is another thing.
Here's a good question. Sorry, bro, I'm going to flood you with questions today. For a sport, an individual or any sport, for a child that you would, happily put them into in terms of all-round strength, all-round life, which sport would that be? Gymnastics.
Yeah, it's a good base, I think. But it always depends on the coach.
Okay.
the coach is a dickhead, then fuck him. Just pull them out straight away and go find another coach.
Okay. So gymnastics. Oh, that's fucking cool.
There's nothing worse than a shit coach, bro. They waste so much time, don't you think?
I've been fortunate, bro. I've never had a fucking shit coach.
What about in like juniors and that? Fuck, I had some shit coaches, bro.
Nah, bro. Mine was Blake's old man, and then now that I think about it, Roosters. Nah, I didn't really. I had a couple run-ins with a couple of coaches, but that's expected.
I used to bag out coaches, but now I don't because I understand their point of view of what their job is to do. Yeah, it's so hard to be a coach.
It doesn't matter what age you're coaching. It's still fucking hard work, bro.
Yeah.
Whether it's kids.
Kids is harder. Trust me.
Yeah.
I took Xavier's soccer team for a warm-up. Fuck that. Don't fucking listen, eh? Hey, bro, why don't you do this? And he talked back to me like, oh, no, I'm not doing it. Shut the fuck up and just fucking do the drill, bro. That's what I was thinking in my head. Nah, kids is harder for me anyway, bro. Trust me. I'd rather...
See, I didn't mind kids, bro. And like, I did that up in Redcliffe, but I noticed as you started getting older, that started happening.
But don't you feel like your value that you can provide is more suited to an NRL player?
Yeah,
like if you're talking footy, like you had Harold Matts, you tell them something, it's sort of super interpreted. I feel like when you talk to an NRL player, it's a lot different.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they get it straight away, which is super valuable and easier. But
the faster they can suck in what you're saying.
Yeah, but I also think there's coaches who coach kids that are way better than, say, if Wayne Bennett came down to coach kids.
Yeah.
So they're focused on super good
it's like
in
a
that
niche
junior.
for
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
But then they probably couldn't go up to NRL level and sort everything out either.
So yeah, that's probably a good point too, man. Do you reckon a lot of these guys start at a younger age and then work their way up to coaching, your men, A grade, or even in Toyota Cup? And what do you think?
I reckon it's better just to go straight into
That's
NRL
what I
as an
think too.
assistant coach. I think you learn bad habits going to A grade.
Yeah.
There's too much
difference.
Yeah, and level and just commitment, bro.
Because Benji wants to. Did you see that thing where Benji wants to coach? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought that was cool. But I've seen like a couple snippets of him. I don't know whether it was for another company or maybe his own gig for like academy. He was coaching like 16, 17-year-olds, which is pretty cool to see. The fact that he sort of put his hand up and said, I want to coach, pretty cool.
I'm interested in Ciraldo, actually. He's messaged me one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, oh, come out to Penrith for... This was a couple of years ago, and he said, come out to Penrith for a look. I like what you're sort of doing.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. If I was on the back of a coach, I'd go with him. Just because he seemed open-minded at this sort of stuff I was doing. But it'll be interesting. I think he turned down the Tigers. So I've heard super good things from everyone about him, which is... Did you have him?
Yeah, I played with him.
Where?
Played with him at Windsor.
Okay.
Ciraldo's a fucking good cat, man.
Yeah.
He was like that as one of the older boys, and then he pretty much finished his career with us and then moved straight into 20s. I don't know if he was assistant coaching or he's just like a trainee at the start, but he's just all about that, bro. And he's got that presence, man. He's always had it. He's good to play with because he was just that old cat that just sort of kept a level head, which is what a coach needs, I feel, now. And he's certainly doing well.
And he's not in a rush. So
if you watch bro, that's what, almost 8 years
as an assistant.
Like, working his way up. I think it needs to sort of be like that.
I've heard the Penrith system through someone, and it seems super cool of how they've worked their attack and all that. I don't know if they've changed it since you were there, but when they get to a spot in the field, which is super intelligent, they know every option of what you can do from that spot. Yeah. So short side, open side, and because there's only so many options you can actually run in rugby league. You don't have an unlimited amount of moves that you can do. There's probably only 4 or 5. Yeah. So it pisses me off when the running backwards on your line defense. Bro, it's still happening. I don't know, bro. I seen a winger tackle the guy on this try line. Bro, up and in. Oh, yeah, that's my theory. Sorry, I got a good theory. I've been going for too long. But my theory is that edge defense is so bad because no edge defenders become coaches. So there's all the coaches that go on to be NRL or all halves. Ricky Stewart, Brad Fittler, Benji Marshall. Who else? Ivan Cleary was a fullback. You know what I mean?
Big
so
bro.
they've never done edge defense in their life properly.
Okay.
I feel so. There's no one to actually coach it, and I don't feel like there's any centers or wings in the NRL system. So
Ooh,
that's
I need to pick up the mic for this one, bro.
That's my theory of why edge defense is still just a bit so-so.
So do you think that being a centre or having experience as a centre or a wing gives you a little bit more understanding of where you should be or how you...
There's no specialist edge defense, I feel.
That being said, do you think there needs to be specialists for every sort of position on the field, defensively and in attack?
I think you can get away with it, but I just don't see any centres or wings coaches.
Okay. That's cool.
So I think maybe that might be a theory of mine.
Fucking oath, bro. I like that one, man. I like that one. That's a good theory, actually. That makes sense to me because, you know, you look at the guys who are good defensive coaches, like really good defensive coaches, Trent Robinson, for example. And, yeah, he was a forward. He was in the middle. He understood how to defend from the middle. And even when we went out to Roosters and he broke down the position that everyone needs to be in certain parts of the field, it's just like, oh, bro, this guy understands how to fucking defend properly. So that makes sense to me too, bro. Cool.
Finish on that,
cuz.
Sweet. We went all right for it. I was happy with that.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, they call me a savage. I'm putting in work. I hustle and grind, I put in the time, get what I deserve. Savage.